started because it's already 8:08 here. And whoever happens to jump on, they jump on. And then we'll just go from there. This is the Bewitcha in a minute. Where's my sign so we know what we're talking about here? Bewitcha in a minute. This is the sign. And there was a kit for this class from Honey Pot. I should take it out of the plastic. That might be a good idea. From Honey Pot Junction Wreath Supplies. If you don't have the kit, that's okay. You can still make the wreath. This sign is actually from Jane's Front Door Decor. We used a Jane sign in class tonight, or last night, I'm sorry, for the Happy Harvest. This is another one of Jane's signs. Very lightweight. I love her signs. There's also a witch hat and legs, which I don't know if I'm going to put in my wreath tonight. I might save that and use that in a swag. But I will show you guys how you can attach it. There's a witch hat and legs. You can see right here. I'm trying to, that's sort of, you can sort of like, you can see in this wreath here how it kind of, you can put the hat in the middle, you can put it on the top. We're not really going to be able to put the hat in the middle because the sign's going to go in the middle. Like I said, I might save my hat and legs for a swag I want to do. So, and this particular class tonight, we're actually going to be attaching mesh to this black wreath form, which looks like a Christmas wreath, but it's not because it's black. So this is kind of neat. It's kind of fun to attach mesh to wreaths like this because these are your pipe cleaners. You can do Christmas wreaths that way too, obviously. So these, you know, which I can't call them pine because it's black, but I guess you can. It's the same material that the pine, artificial pine wreaths are made out of. So Lisa, it looks like it's just you and me for a little while until somebody else jumps on, but let's just go ahead and get started. Again, there was a kit for this class. You don't have to have a kit to make the wreath. I just knocked down some of my ribbon because I need a bigger craft room. Oh, there goes my...
I'm back.
There's Tina. She's back. Hold on, I lost my video. Did you lose your internet?
Yes. It never happens if I've got to log on to your classes.
Oh, my fault.
Oh, I don't get it.
So what I was saying is there was a kit for this class. I know Gina got the kit. I don't think you got the kit, Lisa, but that's okay. If you want to go buy like one of these from Hobby Lobby and spray paint it black, you can. That's really all it is. It's just like a artificial pine wreath, and it's black. And this particular wreath is going to have 21-inch mesh. And again, these are so awesome because you don't need to put pipe cleaners on. The only thing you probably should have done, you can see I already did it to mine. Mine was pretty squished when I pulled it out of the, the package. Just try to fluff it up a little bit and make sure that all your branches here are sticking straight up. You want them to be sticking straight up because that's how we're going to attach our mesh and our ribbon. So take a minute to do that. Again, looks like we don't have very many people in the live class tonight, but Sunday night must be everybody had a busy weekend. So I thought for sure Dawn was going to be here because I know she's going to Ireland tomorrow and she really wanted to do this class, but maybe she's busy packing. Who knows? So there's going to be 21-inch mesh. Do you want me to wait while you fix your wreath, Gina?
I almost got it.
That's all right. I mean, there's no hurry.
I've almost got it plugged.
That's okay.
I had started out this afternoon and got sidetracked.
I actually found this super cute ribbon. I don't know when I bought it. And I thought, wouldn't this look cute in this wreath? But we already have enough ribbon that we got in the kit. And I don't want to get myself in the same situation that I was in last night. With too many 2.5-inch ribbons. That was stressful.
Oh.
But you know, I
found another 1.5-inch last night and just used it in mine.
Oh. You know what I discovered though last night? And I think I'm going to start cutting my ribbons at 12 inches. Yeah. Now, I cut my ribbon tonight at 13 because I've always been cutting them at 13. I used to cut my ribbons at 14, but then I thought that they were way too long and they covered up too much of the mesh.
Yep.
But the reason why, and I'm trying to grab my charger here, the reason why I had everybody cut their ribbon at 12, and I think I may have mentioned this, I might not have, is because I did get the ribbon in bulk for the kits, like I mentioned. And I thought I had ordered enough to give everybody 5 yards, but I didn't. So in order to, you know, I wanted to make sure everybody had enough ribbon. So I had everybody cut the ribbon at 12 inches instead of 13. I mean, I did all these crazy calculations, like, you know, to make sure that everybody was going to have enough. And, you know, I really like the way the 12-inch ribbons laid better. I don't know if you noticed that.
You didn't have to trim them as much.
Right, right. I always felt like when I would hang my wreath on the wall, it still looked nice, but there was just too much ribbon hanging over the edges, and it just didn't. I like the way the 12-inch ribbons lay. So again, tonight I did cut it at 13 because that's what I told you, but I think I'm really going to start cutting my ribbons at 9. I'm sorry, 12, because I kind of like those better. I like that length better. So there's my announcement. The end. I'm a little hoarse tonight, Gina. Hi, Linda. I'm not sure what Linda that is, but hello. I have a couple Lindas in my group, so. Can you hear me, Linda? I know you're muted right now. Okay. Like I said, we're going to be using the branches here as our pipe cleaners. So I'm going to start with our 21-inch mesh and clean off these pieces here. I know we're not going to use the whole roll. I'll tell you that right now. I love this mesh. Isn't it pretty? I just love it.
Hi, it's Linda Rubino.
Hey, Linda Rubino.
Hi.
You got this kit, didn't you? You got the Bewitcha.
I did, but I've been sick, so I'm just kind of watching at this point.
I'm getting sick right now. I just was telling everybody I'm a little bit hoarse. I've been starting to cough, so it's funny because, you know, I like the emergency, if you've ever had that before.
Yep.
And it always seems to work for me, but I can't mix it with a lot of water because I don't like the taste of it. So I'll like do a shot. I'll get like a bottle of water and I'll have like a quarter of it full and I'll just like mix it up and I just do like a shot because I don't like the taste of it. It's like, that's how I do my emergency. Hi, Peggy.
Hi.
So hopefully that'll help. I've been taking that for a couple of days. I really don't. I'm too busy to be sick.
I agree. This is brutal. It's been tough.
All right. So just go ahead and take your 21-inch mesh after you're done pulling out all your frays like I'm doing. Now, I got to think for a second here. I think what I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. Instead of just grabbing the end, somebody's chatting me, and pinching it like that, like I normally do, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this drop to the floor so it's not in my way. And I'm going to fold it over like that to make my first poof. Okay? And I'm going to kind of eyeball it because I want it to be about 8 inches again. If you want to get your little measuring mat out, you can, just to make sure that it's 8 inches, but I'm going to fold it over like that. And then I'm going to gather it. You follow what I'm doing here? So there's the cut end right under here. It's right underneath. Let me see a question here. Hold on. Peggy says hello. Hi, Peggy. Okay, so now I'm going to start gathering it to make my first poof. Just like that. And it's going to look a little bit weird. But that's okay because we're going to put ruffles in too. But that's how your first poof is going to go down, just like that. And I want you to try to start, because this is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to have like, 18 pipe cleaners, 10 on the outside, 8 on the inside like we normally do. So you kind of want to go for a couple that are on the outside. Okay, and you just kind of eyeball it a little bit. You may have to feel around with your fingers a little bit. So try to grab a couple that are on the outside, because we're going to do kind of the same thing. We're going to start on the outside and go into the inside. So there's my first poof. And like I said, it's going to look a little weird shaped, but honestly, when you get all your ruffles and everything in, it's going to fit right in. I want to just try something different there. So that's how my first poof, look at that. It's all squiggly. So now you don't have to worry about that cut end sticking out. Did somebody say something? Did somebody sneeze?
No, I'm not muted. Let me mute myself.
Hey, Tarana. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry. Okay. So again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it at about 8 inches. And it's important, again, when you're making your poofs to get your ends underneath and just sort of tuck them in. And I'm not going to be too concerned that this is a little bit odd shaped as compared to the other ones that I'm making. I'm not going to worry about that because we're going to be putting ruffles in too. Now, again, we're going to have to try to find, because we're not using pipe cleaners here, we're using these branches of this black, I don't really want to call it pine, artificial, whatever it is. It looks like a Christmas wreath. Just try to find a couple that are on the outside to go to your next one.
How far around should we go? About 4 inches?
Yeah, that's good. 4 inches is good. We're just going to kind of go around the outside. Try to get them way down to the bottom of your little branches there, because you want to make sure you have enough room to put your ribbon into. You want to make sure you have enough of these left to put your ribbon in. You're probably not going to see too much of the black when you're done, but this is what she gave us in the kit, so this is what we're going to use.
I don't know. I don't know.
So again, I'm just eyeballing these here, what I think are, you know, approximately 8 inches.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to have to mute here, sort of cut down on the background noise a little bit. Just make sure you guys know where your unmute button is. I have a question. And again, you can do this with Christmas wreaths too. In fact, I'd like to do one. I'd like to do one with ruffles. I know I saw one that Eileen David did, and it was absolutely gorgeous. If you know Eileen David from Eileen David's Creations, it was really, really pretty. The nice thing about using this type of form is you're not going to have to worry about your wreath form showing through, because it's covered by all this stuff. I don't even know what this material is. I keep wanting to call it pine, but then I feel weird calling it pine because it's black. Whoops. You can kind of pull it out a little bit once you get your poof down. That looks really pretty. I like that mesh. Yeah, this one's a little bit wonky shaped. That's okay. I'm going to try to tuck it down a little bit. It seems like it's sticking up a little bit too much. There. That first one's a little odd shaped. And for those of you that joined a little bit late, I was mentioning that I do have the witch hat and legs. I'm not sure if I'm going to attach it to my wreath or not. I'll show you how to do it. But I'd like to, I'm thinking about making a swag and using my witch hat and legs for that. But I'll definitely show you how to attach it to the wreath. And it's very easy. It's got, you know, ties sticking out of it. So, and again, I can't really tell you which ones I'm attaching it to. I'm sort of just like spacing it, you know, so it looks right, because you don't have, and you know, and I have no idea how many of these are in here. So I can't say, oh, attach it to, you know, the third one or the fourth one. Just kind of, you know, you want to jump across a little bit. You can have some of these sticking out in between. That's fine. You see what I mean? See how these kind of have, that's totally fine. This is definitely different than the usual wreaths that we do with the wire wreath form and the pipe cleaners. But like I said, it's really fun because you've got a whole bunch of these little wires sticking out that you can use, branches or whatever, for your pipe cleaners. That looks really pretty. I like that. I love this mesh. Linda puts really good kits together. And I love the ribbon that she picked out. So pretty. A lot of times when you see a picture of ribbon and then you actually get it, you know, it can look so much nicer. You can actually see the sparkles and whatnot. My mesh is twisting here. And see, this is what I did. I didn't tuck my ends in, so now it's like trying to. That's why it's important, like when you're pulling your poof. Whoops, I'm losing my wreath. See how this kind of curled over on me here? I wanted this to be tucked under. I'll just tuck it in after I attach it. I'm all twisted over here. Come here. I think this may be the last one down here. I might be able to fit one more in. See, I don't like how this poof is. There we go. I think I might be able to put one more in here on the bottom. You know what I think would be really pretty? I don't even know if they make them, is if they have a wreath form like this in white. I think that would be really, really pretty. Yeah, this is a really funny looking poof. I'm just gonna leave it. It's almost like a figure eight. I'll try to tuck it in a little bit like that. There we go. Okay. So I went all around the outside. And I do want to do some poofs on the inside. So, just like we do with the wire wreath form, take your poof. Just kind of go up and over. Don't worry if there's gaps, because we're going to put ruffles in too, so don't panic about those. And this one's going to kind of go across up into the inside. These are going to kind of have a couple of poofs close together here, but that's all right.
Okay, I'm back now.
Who's back?
Gina.
Did you leave again?
My stupid internet.
I didn't even see you leave. I'm busy doing my poofs. Sorry. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Is somebody coming to look at that for you?
I'm going to have to, but
What do you have? Who's the provider down there?
it's Dalton Utilities.
Oh.
So now how do I go to the inside when I get it back around to the one that I was at?
I just sort of went up and over.
Okay.
Next to this funny looking poof here. I don't really like the way this poof looks. I may have to redo that one. That first one I put down. That's annoying me. Hold on a second here. It's got a really weird shape. I don't know if yours ended up that way, but mine did, and I don't like it. Hold on a second here. Somebody's chatting me, and I can't look at this very second because I need to fix this poof. I think I may even just get rid of this piece right here because I don't like the way that poof ended up. I may just chop this right off. You're probably thinking, no, don't waste all that mesh. But I don't like the way that first poof looked. It was just kind of strange. So close your eyes. You're not going to watch me cut this off because it's a waste, I know. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll it up and stick it up inside this other poof here. So you won't even know it was there. See that? Yeah. Okay. Now I can see that somebody's chatting me here. Let's see. Without pausing it. Sometimes I end up pausing the recording when I go to read a message. Oh, she says, hello, Peggy. Okay. Let me just move this over so I can keep it open. Let me move this little chat box over. How's that? That'll work. Rhonda's here. Hi, Rhonda. Okay. Now we're just going to do some poofs on the inside. And again, just kind of eyeball the size that you want. And it doesn't really matter which pieces, which branches that you choose, because there's a whole bunch of them to choose from. I'll lay it down in there. Again, you can leave some of these little branches sticking up in between. You can use that for our ribbon. This poof is a little bit small, but you know what? That's okay because the inside's smaller anyway. I'm talking to myself, ladies. My throat's getting a little bit hoarse. I really hope I don't get too sick. I don't like to be sick. I really love this mesh. It's so pretty. They actually had this at Hobby Lobby too, I believe, the same or something similar. I know I have another roll that looks almost exactly the same. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. I can't remember. So again, you know, this is definitely different than we're used to doing. You know, obviously we're used to having our wreath form, and we have 10 ties on the outside and we have 8 on the inside, and it's all nice and neat and organized. This is a little bit different. So again, you just kind of have to eyeball it. You know, there's so many of these little branches sticking out. You kind of have to use your best judgment as you're placing them. Like I said, the one nice thing is you don't have to worry about any of your wreath form showing through. Look how pretty that looks, though. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. I love that. Honestly, you probably don't even have to add any ruffles, you know, because you don't really have gaps because your gaps are being filled by your little branches. But we're going to add some ruffles because the mesh did come with the kit. So we're going to add a few. I'm not going to go crazy. I mean, I hope you didn't cut the whole 2 rolls because you really didn't need to do that. I don't know if I put that in the supply list or not. Yeah. Or the prep. Even if we had a regular wreath form, I know we've done some of these. We did some of these with the jack wreath and the witch wreath. We did the poofs with the added ruffles. We still didn't use, you know, we only used a few of each color. Or not each color. I think I used purple in mine. What did she give us? I think she gave us orange and trying to look at what I cut over here. She gave us orange and purple and 10-inch. I was going to ask Linda if she was going to jump in on class tonight, but I'm not sure if she's feeling well today. I really haven't heard much from her today. Linda from Honey Pot Junction. Such a sweet lady. Let me see who else may have jumped in here that I'm missing. Let me move my little chat box down here. Oh. Katrina's here. Hi, Katrina. Linda, Lisa, Peggy, Rhonda, Tarana. I hope I'm saying that right, and I apologize if I'm not. Come on. Now my mic is caught on my charger. Come here. There we go. Is it still hot down there in the south there, Miss Gina?
It's cooling off, but it's still warm.
We had like 60 degrees today up here. It was wonderful.
It was 85 here today.
Wow. That's pretty hot. When does it start cooling down? Like November or?
It'll start getting a little bit cooler, but I mean, we've had 70s up until Christmas before.
We had 66 degrees here one Christmas Eve. It was crazy. I don't ever remember it being that warm here. Now, I'm in upstate New York, you guys. If anybody else doesn't know where I am, Gina knows.
Yeah.
But I'm up north, so where we get killed with snow.
You can keep snow.
You know, I was just telling my son that. I said, I like the cooler temperatures. I don't really even mind when it gets super cold. Because if you have a really cold day, but the sun is out and the sky is blue, it's really, really pretty.
Right.
It's just when the snow comes and just totally cripples the city, it's just, ugh.
My county has 2 snow plows.
Yeah. You probably shut right down when it snows, huh?
Yeah, it's awful.
Even when you get like an inch or 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think I'm going to have one more little...
And then it freezes and turns into ice.
Yeah. I'm going to stick one more little poof in here. And then we're going to be done. Now, like I said, technically, you probably don't even have to add any ruffles because this is pretty full now with just this 21-inch. But we're going to add a few here and there. Now, if you don't want to put your poofs as close together as I put mine, that's totally up to you. I kind of put mine a little bit close together. I'm going to cut this off, leave a little bit of extra so you have room to, like I said, I normally just kind of fold it in and tuck it inside of another poof just to get it out of the way and you don't have any cut ends sticking out. Just kind of shove it right in another poof here. You could actually stop right there and then add your ribbon. Look how pretty that is. And I still have quite a bit of the smush left over too, so I'm gonna roll this up and get it out of the way. Okay. Put this over here. Put this over here. Okay, now in the kit, she also gave us 2 rolls of 10-inch mesh in orange and in purple. I think I had you guys cut these at 10. I can't remember. Was it 10, Gina?
Yes.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, because this is really full already. I mean, like I said, I could stop right here. I really like how that looks. What do you think? Does that look nice?
Looks pretty.
Yeah. Does yours look like that, or does yours look different?
I'm still pooping up.
Do you want me to slow down?
Just a little bit. So I had to. I mean, not you don't have to. Not for me. I mean, I just had to stop because my internet went down.
Well, Gina, really all I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to put a ruffle in every, in between every poof like I normally do, because like I said, this is pretty full. So I think I'm just going to kind of add some color here and there. So here's my 10-inch piece of purple. And like I said, you know how I like to do it. I take my end and I fold it down a little bit. My cut end, let me flip it over. And then I ruffle it, just to get that cut end hidden a little bit. And then you have a little ruffle. And I'm just going to kind of go in and place some here and there. And kind of eyeball it and see how it looks. Maybe I'll do a purple here, and I'll do an orange in the next one. Get it in there really tight because you want these to stick up like that. Just like that. Hold on 1 second for me. Let me move this chat box. Okay. So there's a little purple piece I just put in there. I'm going to grab an orange. Maybe I'll just do on the outside. I won't do any extra ruffles on the inside. Because again, the purpose of adding ruffles is to fill in gaps when you're doing a poof. And this one really doesn't have any gaps. So, but it was very nice of Linda that give us all this mesh with this kit. It was a really nice kit. We got a lot of stuff. I'm going to go over here. I kind of skipped one. So here's one ruffle. I kind of skipped this spot here, and I'm going to the next one. Just because that's what I want to do. Try to get it in there tight. That way you can kind of ruffle it up like that so it sticks up. Like that. So now we have a purple one and we have an orange one. We'll go back to purple. So you're going to have a lot of this mesh left over to use for another project, which is nice. Extra mesh is always nice. And this is standard mesh. You can notice it doesn't have any metallic in it. But it's still very good quality. So again, I'm going to skip this poof and I'm going to go to the next one with my purple. That seems to be working out pretty well. You can do whatever you want. If you want to put one in between every poof, you can. It's entirely up to you. What's nice about this too is that you don't have to worry about, hiding this little piece of, branch or pipe cleaner. It's not, I guess it is technically a pipe cleaner because it sort of adds to, it's black and it matches everything else. So now I have a purple there, and I'm going to just do an orange. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go around the outside. I'm going to thank Linda for giving us all this extra mesh, but honestly, we really didn't need it all. We did not need all this mesh, but it's nice to have mesh. I'm skipping a poof. I'm going over to this one. You can find my branches here. I don't know where the other one went. Where'd it go? There it is. I noticed that some of these branches are a little bit shorter than the other ones. Some are long and some are short. So make sure you twist it around enough that it doesn't come out on you. Ouch. You ever get those little split pieces of skin at the end of your nail? They really hurt, and I have one going on right now, and I don't know where it came from. There's an orange. This kind of is almost like a curly little ruffle here. The way that one came out, it's more curly. That's okay. I'm going to go back to purple. I think this will look nice with just some added ruffles on the outside. I think that's really all it needs. Even if you didn't want to use your 21-inch mesh, if you want to save it and just do orange and purple ruffles all the way around your wreath, that would look really pretty too. You could definitely do that. And then you're going to have all that ribbon to add. So that's definitely an idea. You can save your 21-inch mesh for another project and just use your orange and your purple 10-inch mesh and put ruffles in. You would attach it the same way, just put it right in your branches or pipe cleaners or whatever. If that makes sense. Let's see, I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to go over to this one. I think I'm going to redo this one. I don't like the way this one's laying in here. It's not ruffling like the other ones. It's kind of curling. The standard mesh is a little bit stiff. Oh, that's better.
Christina, are you making 10-inch ruffles?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know who that was. Who was that? Who just said that? I didn't recognize your voice. Okay. Hi, Jamie. Jamie Barnes is in the house.
Hi, Chris.
Huh? I thought it was so funny how, who said that? I can't think of her name. Regina said that, Jamie, I see your name all over the place. Remember she said that during the live? That was so cute.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we got an issue here because now I'm going to have two purples next to each other. Oh, boy. How did that happen? You know me and my OCD. I don't like that. Hold on a minute here. I got an idea. I'm going to move this orange one over. Me and my OCD. I'm going to move this orange one over here because I can't have two purples next to each other. I don't know if you heard the beginning of class when I was talking about the ribbon, Jamie, about how I think from now on I'm going to do 12-inch cuts because in the harvest wreath last night, I did 12-inch cuts for the ribbon instead of 13, and I really think I like the way the 12-inch cuts lays in the wreath better. I used to do
I just
14.
came in a
What's
couple
that?
minutes ago. I said I
Yeah.
just got in a couple minutes
Yeah,
ago. I
that's
was
why I'm
late.
saying that. I said, so I think from now on, you can cut yours however you want, but I think I'm going to start instructing everybody to cut their ribbons at 12 inches if they want to, because I just was looking at my harvest wreath and I really like the way that the 12-inch ribbons lay. I know a lot of wreath makers do 14, but I think I'm going to start doing 12.
I always do 12-inch cuts. I think it lays nicer.
Oh, really? Yeah, you know, I think so too, and I don't know why I never noticed that before. I'm trying to find my other branch here. That's the one kind of a little bit of a challenge you're going to have with this wreath is that, like I said, you don't have your 10 pipe cleaners on the outside and your 8 on the inside. You just have these branches that you kind of have to find. Here's one here. All right. So you can find. All right. So let me look at this and see. You're going to have a lot of leftover mesh with this wreath. You don't want to put so much in that it's going to overwhelm it. Hold on one second. Again, if you want to save your poofs and use them for another project. Well, how did this box come up? Hold on a second here. Sorry for my head. Okay. Let me look and see. I got some ruffles over here that are kind of closer together than over here, but in fact, I think I'm going to move this one over. You're going to know when you look at it if it doesn't look right. I mean, it's not really anything that takes any super special skill. You're going to look at it and say, that doesn't look right. So let me move that over, and this didn't look right to me, so I had some of my ruffles that were closer together. And I think the reason that happened was because I came around and I realized that I was going to have 2 purples next to each other, and I can't have that. That's not going to work. So now we're just going to put some more in so it's even. This is really super full. Jamie, did you order this kit or no? I don't remember. I don't think you did.
The ribbon selections are gorgeous.
I know. I love the ribbons.
I mean, they are absolutely to die for.
Yep. And she even told me, she said that the image of the ribbon that you guys got is nothing compared to how pretty they look in person. She was right. I'm finding that some of these branches are just a little bit short, and I'm trying to get this ruffle in. I don't really have much of a branch to work with here, but I'm going to make it work. There. And I'm just going to move this one over a little bit, and I'm going to put another purple in here. Then I think I'm going to be done with my ruffles. Let's move this one over. Just doing a little rearranging here. You're allowed to rearrange in wreath making. It's totally permittable. Pull this fray out of there. Do not like frays. I'm going to do one more piece of purple. I'm going to put that right here. That's that. Okay. I'm done with my ruffles. I didn't use too much, just enough. I just wanted to add a little bit of color, a little extra color, I should say, because this 21-inch mesh was definitely colorful enough. Okay. So, I always like to add my sign before I put my ribbon on, just because it's force of habit. Now, if you want to put your witch hat and legs on, you can. Like I said, I think I was going to save mine for another project. For a, oh, this is super cute. Hold on a second here. I'm trying to get it out of the bag, and there's a piece of wire stuff. There we go. I was thinking about maybe using mine for a swag, and I'm going to save it. Whoops. These little wires are getting caught. Now you know what it is? It's these things on the hat. Uh-oh. Yeah, be careful, guys, because these things hanging down are going to grab your mesh on your hat. These frilly things. Be careful, because they grab the mesh. Yeah, I think I'm going to save my witch hat for another project, but I just wanted to show you guys. You can see, yeah, these are kind of weird, these things. It's like lace hanging down. All right, you have one on the top of the hat here, which I don't think you're going to need, because if you want to put your sign in the middle here, and then if you want to put your witch hat on the top of your wreath, you're not going to need this wire that's on the back of the hat. So you can snip that right off. But you will need these two that are, see, look at that. Look how that's grabbing the mesh there. I barely even touched it. You will need these two that are at the bottom. And all you're going to do is just, I don't want to touch my wreath, is just feed these wires through, these wires here. You're just going to feed them through the wreath form and attach the hat to the top, because you'll have the hat at the top, you have your sign in the middle, and you'll have your legs at the bottom. And here's the legs. Whoops. And the legs have these little wires, and you would simply just, again, go up and under the bottom of your wreath, feed them right through, and you're going to want to attach them to the wreath form itself. So you can see that there's wires back here. You still have wires, just like in a wire wreath form. So you're just going to reach through with these wires, however you want to put your feet. How are they in the picture? I've never used one of these before, I'll be honest with you guys. I've never done the hat and the legs. That's with anything, with a Santa or anything. So, you know, I guess the way to put them on is you have the legs kind of going out like that. So that's how that'll work. I know some of you didn't order the witch hat and the legs, and some of you did. So like I said, I'm going to save mine for another project, but it's very easy to attach. You've got the wires there. But again, you're not going to need that wire that's coming out of the back of the hat, because you're going to have your sign in the middle and your hat's going to be at the top. So you can snip that off. Okay, so now for the side. I'm not going to put any ruffles in the middle because I just don't need to. It's got enough on there. So I'm just going to put my sign right in the middle. Excuse me. Why does it colds always get worse at night? Why is that? When you saw me in my video last night, I had my little trusty, I only have like 3 of these left too, these zip tie or cable tie holders with a little hole, and there's self-adhesive backing. I don't think I'm going to do extra glue. If you have a really heavy sign, it is adhesive, but if you have a really heavy sign, do a little bit of super glue, a little dab of super glue, just a tiny bit, because sometimes these do come off. They usually don't, but sometimes they do. But Jane's signs are so light I need to get some more of these. You can get them by the cable ties at Walmart, or you can get them online. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl Perez is in the house. So those are stuck. Let me get my pipe cleaners. I'm going to attach my sign. Yeah, like I said, be careful of that stuff. Where the hell are my pipe cleaners? Excuse my language. I just swore. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. It's been one of those days. Be careful of those frillies coming down off the hat because they do stick to the mesh. Oops. Be careful. Just go right ahead. You feed it right through the hole. They're so awesome. They are called cable tie holders, but I always use pipe cleaners with it to attach the sign. Just go ahead, get it in the center, and just feed it right through. You have to try to get through your branches now to find your wire. Look at that, right near the crossbar, right where I wanted to be. I always try to wrap it around a crossbar. That worked out. That's such a cute sign. Where are you? There you are. Well, we actually have some other embellishments too to add. Like I said, she gave us a bunch of stuff in this kit. There's little picks, little pumpkin picks over there. There's a lot of stuff that you can put into this wreath. Look at that. That's why I love Jane's signs. They always just hang perfectly. So there's my sign. There's that. Now we can put our ribbon on. Love this ribbon. Thank you, Linda. 2 2.5 inch ribbons. These over here. I was supposed to get my new craft table this weekend. It's done. I was so excited, and he never called me back because I was asking him if it would fit in my trunk, and he didn't answer. So 2 1.5. Very pretty. Now, I got to think about this because where I put my ruffles in, there's really not much pipe cleaner left or branch or whatever you call it. So I got to think how I'm going to add my ribbon because you got to have enough room. Let me think for a second here. I don't know if there's going to be enough branch here to attach a ribbon to, because I would want to add it in the middle of the ruffle. Here, you know, I have an idea. I'm gonna try something here. Bear with me for a second here. I'm gonna try something. I don't think I have enough here, because look at that little tiny nub that's in there. That's not going to be enough to put ribbon on. So look what I just did. I just took a pipe cleaner. If you happen to have one handy, I went around my ruffle. We're going to do a little something out of the ordinary here, just so I had something to attach my ruffle to. Do you see that, Gina, or my ribbon? Because I don't think I'm going to have enough of this little branch to put a ribbon in. So I just took a pipe cleaner and I wrapped it around my ruffle. See that?
I see that. I think I ended up putting mine in where I had enough of the.
I don't have enough. I don't know why I don't. You have enough?
I think so.
Huh. Well, if you have enough, then go for it. But you can always do a little
An extension, right?
a little extension. I'm going to put my plaid 1.5 with my polka dot 2.5. That's what I'm going to do.
I think that looks much better than trying to. I think that looks really good. That's what I'm doing, and I'm putting the little chevron with the ombre one, kind of. Yeah.
The striped one.
Yeah.
So here's my extra pipe cleaner that I put in here, and I'm just going to put my ribbon that way. If you find that you have enough of your branch left to wrap it in there, then go for it. But I don't know. I didn't think I had enough there, so I just threw a pipe cleaner in there. Nobody's gonna know.
Hey, Christina, when I ran out of pipe cleaners, I used zip ties to like go around it before. But I like the idea of adding the extra pipe cleaner.
Yeah, because I just didn't have enough. I mean, I put the poof on there, and then I put the extra ruffle, and I had nothing left on there. So when there's a will, there's a way, because I got to have my ribbon on there. So there's that, because I still want to do a bow tie, too. There's no way I was going to put a ribbon bundle and a bow tie in that little tiny nub that was left. So now I'm going to get, I cut some extra pieces. Again, these are cut at 13 and dovetailed. I typically take my 1.5 and I cut it at 14. And I don't dovetail the ends. And then you've seen me do this a million times. If you haven't, if this is your first class, that's fine. I fold it over and make my little bow tie. And that goes right on top of my ribbon bundle. Just like that. Now I'm going to have a bunch of pipe cleaner left on here. I can just snip that off. In fact, I probably will just snip it off. It's going to be too much to fold under. I may not have to do this with every one. I got to see how much I have left. That branch just happened to be a little short, so I love these ribbons. There's my first bundle. Now we're going to take our pretty sparkly striped 2.5. This is going to be a really colorful wreath. And put it with the chevron. This is one of the ones I think she was saying how she saw the picture of it and she thought, it's okay. But when you see it in person, it's so sparkly. Oh, I can't believe Dawn didn't come to class. Dawn's going to Ireland tomorrow, and I knew she was excited to come to class tonight. Maybe she got busy packing. Let me see how much I have left on here. So this one, I think I'm going to have enough. These branches are a little bit longer, so I don't know about my bow tie, though. That might be pushing it. I might be pushing it with the bow tie. Have to wait and see on that. Let's see if I can do it. These are also sparkly. I had sparkles everywhere in my craft room when I was cutting my ribbon earlier. Sparkles everywhere. Let's see if I have enough to put this in. Whoops. I think I have just enough to twist it around once. There we go. I'm going to have to open my window. Wreath making is very strenuous. I get sweaty. Oh, that's so pretty. I love these ribbons together.
I love those ribbons,
Oh my
Christine.
gosh, aren't they gorgeous? I can open my window, ladies. Having a hot flash here. Woo! Hot flash. Need a drink. Okay. Back to our polka dot. I don't think I've ever seen a Halloween plaid ribbon before. Do I want to go on this one or do I want to go on this one? I think I'm gonna, those might be a little too close together. I don't know, let me see. I need a pipe cleaner for that one. It's way too short. So again, all I'm doing is I'm just sort of going under the ruffle and adding a pipe cleaner. Just kind of wrapping it around. Just so I can put my ribbon in. That's all it's for. A little helping hand. And as you can see, I always like to try to get all my ribbons on the outside facing out. If they overlap each other a little bit, that's okay. If I'm not talking with you guys, so my throat's a little bit scratchy tonight. I apologize. Colds always seem to get worse at night. I don't know why that is. Just make sure this is twisted around enough before you cut it off. You don't want to lose your bow tie. Ooh, it's warm. Hold on one second, ladies. I just want to see. My daughter just texted me. I apologize. 1 second. She needs to come home. She's got to get up for work tomorrow. What time are you coming home? Okay. This is the boring part, ladies. I'm sorry, adding the ribbon. It takes a little while, but it's worth it. Do I have the right ones together here? Yes, I do. I'm actually just kind of going in the middle of each ruffle. Now this one happens to have longer branches, so we're going to go for that one. I think I'm going to have enough on there to put my bow tie. You have to be careful too that when you're adding your ruffles or your poofs that you don't go too big, because you'll find that your ribbon's not going to want to lay the way you want it to, and you're sitting there pulling at it and trying to get it to lay a certain way, and you got that poof or that ruffle pushing on it, and it's just going to do what it wants to do. So you have to be aware of that too when you're adding your mesh. Like this one's giving me a hard time. You sit here watching me play with a ribbon bundle for 20 minutes and you're like, all right, just move on already. Move on, Christina.
I'm just so in love with this ribbon.
I know. It's gorgeous. We got to tell her tomorrow.
Yes.
She's got a ribbon obsession as well. She really does. Her son helps her run the business, and you know, whenever he tells her, you know, you got to stop buying ribbon, she's like, what? Excuse me? Stop? No. There we go. All right, let it go now. Move on. Moving on to the next one. All right, now where are we? We need the polka dot and the plaid again. So we're just alternating. It's not as stressful as it was last night when I had too many 2.5, but that ended up working out okay. Wait a second. I need the plaid. So again, I've mentioned this before, when you're pinching it in the middle, be careful, like really try to be aware of how you're pinching it. Because when you have a nice pinch in the middle like that, when you go to lay it in your, I need a pipe cleaner, when you go to lay it down and attach it, you're going to notice that it'll also help your ribbon lay better when it's pinched. Oh, I gotta hold it here. When it's pinched properly in the middle, I guess I should say. Don't just like bunch it up, and you know, be aware of what you're doing, because it does make a difference. This one's gonna have a pipe cleaner. Make a nice, sort of like gather it in the middle like that. And you know, fix it a little bit so to make sure it's laying right before you put it in. And you'll have, you know, less fussing to do afterwards with it. If you have to adjust it a little bit, if one piece is longer than the other one, then you can just kind of pull it through. You only got halfway around. I know, I'm a slow ribbon adder. This is always the slow part for me. Now's the time to get up and take a bathroom break or go get a snack or whatever. And come back in 10 minutes and I'm still doing ribbon. Oh, well. Uh-oh. No, it came out. No. That's why you got to make sure that your ends are folded in. I already cut this off. Hold on. You son of a bee. It came right apart on me. Stay. Good ribbon. Going around the bend. Oh, wrong one. That one's not dovetailed. I need a dovetail one. I don't think I'm going to put a bow tie in that one, but I don't know. Hold on, let me look at it. I sort of didn't go in between the ruffle. I went in between the poof. I don't know if I should have done that or not. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that over. It doesn't look right in there. I have to go in between over here in the ruffle. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so I need another pipe cleaner. Like I said, guys, this is kind of the boring part. If you want to get up and walk away for a minute, take a break. Just kind of doing the same thing over and over again here. Now, and if I was doing a recorded tutorial, I would stop and just do my ribbon and then come back. I'd stop the video. I would pause the video and come back. Did your mama have fun in class last night, Gina? Did she enjoy it?
She did. She was laughing at us.
Yeah.
I would go ahead and and mute myself, and she would say something, and it was like, they don't need to hear that.
Oh, jeez. That's funny. I got sparkles everywhere here. This is very sparkly ribbon. We're coming around, guys. We're coming around. This is the longest part, and then you get to the inside. And I don't do as much ribbon on the inside, as you know. You probably have enough ribbon if you wanted to make a bow. I know we all watched Regina do a terry bow. If I was going to do a bow, I'd probably put it up, you know, on the left-hand side above the sign. If you want to do a bow, you're more than welcome to. That video that Regina did, it's actually saved to the video section of the group if you missed the live. And if you have a pro bow, she did a really super job of explaining how to do her terry bow. She's such a nice lady. I love her. So patient. That's what I mean about trying to get it gathered right in the middle. You can tell if it's not. The ribbon just goes all over the place. And I'm hoping this is going to work out right, so I don't have two of the same types of ribbon next to each other. I know that when we're doing a regular wreath form, and I have my 18-inch ties, and I have 10 on the outside and 8 on the inside, and I'm doing my bundles, it all manages to work out, but I don't really know how it's going to work out here because this isn't a regular wreath form, so I guess we're just going to have to wait and see when I get around to the end here. I'm already looking at it and thinking I'm only going to be able to I'm going to have to try to squeeze in 3 more bundles. That's the only thing I'm going to have to do, or else I'm going to have 2 of the same ones next to each other. And you know I can't have that. You know me by now. And I can see where I'm going to end up. So I'm going to have to kind of squish some in here and get creative. Let's see. What do I need now? I need this.
Christina.
Yeah.
The way I put my ribbons and my ruffles in, I didn't have to use that many bundles. I don't know if I have enough ribbon on it or not. If I flip my camera around, will you tell me if you think it looks okay or if I need to add more ribbon?
Of course.
Okay. Can you see it? Because I'm not sure.
Let me make you bigger. Hold on. Yeah, that looks fine. Absolutely. Yes.
How many ribbon bundles is in that?
What's that?
I have a total of 8 ribbon bundles in that.
That's fine. That's totally fine. I got to figure out what I'm going to do here, though, because I can't have 2. Wait a second. I got to try to get through. I got to try to fit in 3 ribbon bundles here, or I'm going to have a problem. Hold on. I'm going to have a problem. I have a lot in mine. I think I'm just going to have to squish these 2 kind of close together. No, yours looks fine, Gina.
Thank you. I think I'm going to add the pics and stuff in tomorrow and see if I'm going to put the legs and the hat on it. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not.
Yeah, you know, I have to be honest. I don't like the way these things snag the mesh. You know, the minute I hit it, it grabbed it.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to kind of look tattered like that. That's the look. but it grabs the mesh. And I don't know. I mean, it's really cute, but what I would suggest is that, like I said, you're not going to need this one up here on the hat, because if you're going to put your hat up on the top here, and I'm trying to let it touch my mesh, you're just going to have to use these two on the bottom of the hat and kind of feed it through. If you're going to put the hat on, you're not going to need ribbon on the top. I mean, I guess you can still do that. If you want to maybe put the hat like right on top, like right above the sign, that might be a good idea. That way you can still see your ribbon underneath there. I would like lay it right on near the sign, sort of.
Okay.
But be careful. Like when you go to lay it down, it's going to stay because this stuff grabs the mesh. It really does.
Okay.
I still may add mine. I don't know yet. But I was thinking I might make a swag with it.
Well, I'm going to go for tonight.
Okay.
I'll post mine tomorrow night after I mess with it tomorrow when I get off work.
All right,
And
my
everybody have an awesome evening.
You too, Miss Gina. Love you. See you later.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so I'm kind of squishing my ribbon in here because, and that's all right, because I can't have, I got to make sure I have two that aren't the same next to each other. So, and I think we're going to be able to do it, and we're almost done. So hold on. What do I have here? I'm going to try to fit two more ribbon bundles in here. I think I can do it. I think I can. Wait a minute here. I need this one. Yes, I talk to myself when I make wreaths. I do. And there's still picks you can put in here too. There's a lot of stuff that we got with this wreath. A lot. I'm going to need a pipe cleaner there. A lot of stuff. You don't have to use everything that came in the kit. I mean, you know, she did give us a lot. If you don't want to use all the picks, you don't have to do that. I kind of have to go and see what we have, what she sent us, so I can decide what I want to put where, if anything. So this is what I was talking about. I can't have these two ribbon bundles the same next to each other. So I'm going to try to squish another one in there in between. And I think I'm going to be able to do it. Give me a minute, and then we'll be done with the outside. We're actually doing really good on time. It's only 9:30, so. Why did I run out of those pieces already? Oh well, I'll just use this one. I ran out of my longer dovetailed ones, or non-dovetailed ones, I should say. I'm so sorry to keep sniffing, you guys. I'm getting a little bit of a cold. All right, let's see if I can get one more bundle in there. Let's see. I can do that. But that's a lot of ribbon. A lot of sparklies. What can I do here? I'm going to kind of stick it down under here, I think. I may not even put a bow tie on that one. I'm just going to put this little bit of ribbon in here, just so, like that. And again, if they overlap a little bit, it's not the end of the world. There. That'll work. I don't think I'm even going to put a bow tie on that one. I'm just going to leave those little pieces sticking out there just to kind of separate the two different kinds of ribbon. That's all I wanted to do. That's all. Okay, we are finally done putting ribbon on the outside. Doesn't that look pretty? And that's the look you want to kind of go for. It kind of frames the outside of the wreath. And all the ribbons are going out in the same way. That's a gorgeous wreath. That's really, really pretty. I love those ribbons. I really do. Now, I'm going to put a little bit more ribbon on the top. I got to see what she gave us here for picks. If we got the kit, she gave us a bunch of picks here. I don't know if I like this one so much though. This pumpkin one. I think I'm going to save. It looks like a pumpkin lollipop, doesn't it? I think I'm going to save that for something else. Or maybe I'll just like kind of stick it down here like that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That looks kind of cute right there. But I don't know if I need this long of a piece. I'm going to snip some of that off. If I can, that's really thick. There we go. Let's see if my little pumpkin lollipop will look cute over here. Just kind of down in the corner of the sign. Everything is so sparkly in this wreath. I have sparkles for days in here. I think I'm going to kind of put that right there, right down in the corner. I think that kind of looks cute like that. And I'm going to glue it in after when I decide if I like it there for sure. And then there's this crazy one with the bats and the spiders. That's kind of neat. You got to kind of try to separate them a little bit, so like that. And put your bat off that way a little bit. This is kind of fun. I like that one. That one's kind of neat. Maybe I'll put this one up here, and I'm going to put some more ribbon in too. I just want to see how these look before I go any farther. Let's kind of give it some dimension here. And this will kind of go up in the corner, sticking out, all nice and fun, like that. Put that up there. We have two more. There's a lot of stuff here. You know, I don't think I'm going to add these two, though. I don't want to really overdo it with the picks. I'm going to save these for something else. And I want to put some more ribbon on the top, too. So I have a pick up here with the little spider and the bat and whatever this thing is. I don't know what that is, if it's a hat or what that is. I have this here. I think I might even put a little bit of glue on that just to hold it. Let me just plug my glue gun in. And we're going to put some ribbon in, and then I think we're going to be done. A couple of ribbon bundles on the top. You again, if you got the kit, if you want to put more of your picks on there, you can. But again, she gave us a lot of stuff with this kit. We really got a lot of stuff. All right, let me see, because I want to add a little bit more ribbon. Do the polka dot with the with this, right? Yep. Put some more ribbon on the top. This is a gorgeous wreath. It really, really is pretty. I'm going to put this over where I want to put it. I'm going to put it over here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of a tie there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to feed a pipe cleaner through the later. Let me see. I don't know. A little bit challenging. Maybe I'll just wrap it around the, I'll just wrap the pipe cleaner around this branch. Maybe that'll work. I gotta have something I can put my ribbon on. I'll just kind of tie it around the little branch. That'll work. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now, if you don't want to do a bundle on the top, you can always add an ornament, or I mean a bow tie if you have any cute little, I still have a bunch of these left over that I used in a wreath the other day. If you don't want to put another ribbon bundle on the top, since we have them all over on the bottom, you can put an ornament in there. Snip that off. I just cut my ribbon, and now I did that. I cut a little piece out of my ribbon here. If you want to do something fun, you can get one of these little ornaments I got from Michael's, little Christmas ornaments, and just kind of put that in the middle there instead of a bow tie, if you want. I can't believe I snipped my ribbon there with my scissors. How did I do that? We're gonna hide it. Get my glue. Why isn't my glue? My plug came undone. Oh no. I'm going to wait on that because my glue gun's still heating up. Let's see. Put that over there. Now, these are kind of sticking up quite a bit. So I think what I might do, instead of putting another ribbon bundle over here, I might just put an ornament here. Just kind of stick that, whoops, just kind of stick that in there. Just kind of glue that in there when my glue gun heats up. Like that. Let's see, I'm going to put some more ribbon up here. I know that though. Gotta have a little bit of ribbon up here. Again, I'm just wrapping it around this branch because it's not going to be long enough for me to add ribbon, that little branch there. And I think I'm going to put some of this. You can kind of let it overlap your sign a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. I know what my daughter's going to say when she sees it. She's going to say that it's too sparkly. That's really sparkly, Mom. Why does it have to be so sparkly? Well, because it's Halloween. That's why. I think I will put a ribbon bundle in that one. Or a bow tie, I mean, I'm sorry. I think my glue gun's heated up, so. There's so many sparkles on this sign, just from this ribbon. It's crazy. Oh, please don't tell me that came out. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you're all falling asleep out there. I think you're asleep because nobody's talking, so I'm assuming. I could be wrong.
Not really. Still working on the wreath.
Who is that?
Linda.
Linda. Okay. I didn't recognize your voice. How's it going, dear? You doing okay?
Sick and all, I still want to get this wreath.
You what?
Feeling sick and all, I still want to work on this wreath. It's so pretty.
Aw, I know. Me too.
It's so nice. I did add the hat.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Did the things like stick to your mesh? Those.
It does, but I kind of pulled them apart once I got.
Good.
So I'm not moving it after that.
No, I don't think you should. But it's such a gorgeous wreath. I mean, come on, look at those colors.
I just don't think I've got maybe all the ribbons where it should be because there's so much on there.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Just do, don't, like I said, I usually like to add a lot of ribbon around the outside, but when I get to the inside, I, tend to scale it back a little bit. But you do what you do what you think looks good. You know what I was going to tell you, Linda? You know what I found in my pictures?
What?
Was that beautiful blue tree you made last year.
I still have it. I haven't finished
Oh
it.
my gosh. I love that so much.
I want to finish it this year because I had, like I told you, I have that craft fair
Yeah.
in November, and I really would love to bring that.
I love your accent.
Yeah. New England, Boston.
I love it. We had some friends that lived in New Hampshire, and that's actually one, and I hate to say it as a bad memory because it really wasn't, but that's when I sprained my knee when I was 19 at Loon Mountain in New Hampshire. And that was like the beginning of my knee problems. But we had some good friends that lived out there, and they would always, goof on New Englanders, even though they were there, and they would say Pakyakan Harvard Yard for Quada. You heard that, right?
I get that all the time because I sold travel for a long time. Well, I still do, but when I went on like different trips with all the travel agents from different areas, they always made fun of me for my accent. And I'm like, I don't have an accent. What do you guys?
Oh, right. I'm looking for my little pumpkin that I had. I'm trying to, because I had a little sparkly pumpkin that I thought would look really cute in here, and now I don't know where it is. I love your accent. Is it in this bag here? Yeah, I think so. I got these at Walmart, and I used one in the witch wreath. Let me see what I have. I got an orange one left, I think. I think that's just so cute. And it clips on, so I'm going to add one of my own little doodads here.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? I'm going to put it right here where this mesh is fraying because I don't want to see the fraying mesh. So, but I think I might have to glue it because I don't know if this little clip is going to work.
I just wish we had all these places that everybody down south has. All those craft places.
Oh my God, I know. Sims and old time pottery and all that. I know.
Nothing in this area in the Northeast.
I'm going to put this little spotted pumpkin right there because I think it looks cute. And you can add whatever you want. If you've got some stuff sitting around, add it. I'm going to put some glue on here because, like I said, there's a little clip on it, but it doesn't seem to want to sit right. So I'm just going to glue it. I'm going to hold it there for a minute. I love this wreath. I want to do a Christmas wreath like this. I want to get a green, like a pine base or whatever you call it, and add mesh to it because I just love the way that looks. Is this glue going to stay or is it going to give me a hard time? I might have to get a little bit more. Get a little bit more. I've got so much stuff. Oh no, I just dripped glue. I've got so much stuff stuck on my glue gun. It's crazy. No, you need to stay right there. You're not going anywhere. Come on. I think that hot glue would melt quickly or dry quickly, but it never really seems to. There we go. I think that'll be okay. And I love these little stringies that come out. They make me crazy. I think that's good enough for now. I just want to cover up that frayed piece of mesh. That was really the only reason I put the pumpkin there, because there was a fray. And I wanted to cover it, but it looks cute. Looks cute there. Yeah, they had these at Walmart for like 99 cents. Look at all this glitter. So I think I'm just going to add, I'm going to glue that, I'm going to glue these, and then I think I'm going to be done. There's quite a bit of things here. There's quite a lot going on here. Again, if you want to use all the picks on yours that you got with your kit, it's entirely up to you. There's a string. I hate those. I'm going to put that right there. I do like that one with the bat and the other stuff. You know, I didn't make a lot of Halloween wreaths last year. I'm making quite a few this year, and I'm kind of liking them. The Jack wreath we made, and then the little witch. You got the witch, right, Linda? Did you order the little witchy? I gotta glue this in now.
No, I wish I did though.
So cute.
I have the cookie one.
You have a what?
The cookie one that you're gonna come up doing.
Oh.
Cookies. The little
oh, the cookies for Santa.
Yeah.
You know, I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, and they have that that Santa face that was in the wreath. But you know, I didn't get it only because it doesn't look as cute in person as it does on the wreath. It's like, it's hard to explain. The beard is made out of like a tinsel, like a white tinsel. And the ones that they had in stock were just kind of raggy, like they weren't really made well. Does that make sense? I mean, I looked at it and I looked at it and I thought, it looks so cute in the wreath, but when you actually get it and you look at it in person, it's
oh yeah.
I was a little disappointed. I'm looking for another Santa face that I could use in the wreath instead, like another Santa head ornament. And I was like, oh, I don't really like that. I mean, it looks cute in the wreath, but again, when you get it in person, it's kind of like shabbily made is really the best way I can explain it. Now, this is not going to stick for me. I really want to put this here, but it's not going to stick. It's dang glue. You know what I might do? I'm gonna see if I can just glue the corner right onto the sign. That might work a little bit better. The top of his head here. I'm gonna try to glue it right to the sign and see if that'll work instead. Just like that. Because a lot of times when you try to glue something to mesh, it just doesn't stay. I don't know why that is. It doesn't really want to stay. So now it's sticking to the sign. So I just took the corner of the head here. Looks like a pumpkin lollipop, actually. And I stuck it to the to the sign, the corner of the sign. So now it's going to stay. And I think I'm done, ladies. There's quite a lot going on in this wreath. But I am very happy with it. I like it. What do you think? How's it look? Yes? No, maybe? No, maybe.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me for so long. I know this was kind of a time-consuming one.
That looks
a lot of ribbon. You can't even really tell that there's a pine base or whatever the heck you call it under there.
No, that looks beautiful.
But it really makes a nice full wreath. I like that. I can't wait to see all of yours, what you do with yours. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off for the night. Hey, Connie, did you just get on? Now you got to watch the video because we're all done. What do you think of my wreath? Yay! Thanks, Connie. All right, you guys.
Thank you, Christina.
You're welcome. Good night, guys. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Jane. I see you just jumped on. We'll get you the video tomorrow.
Night.
Good night. Oh, sorry for my head. Good night, everybody. Thank you.